What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Fiending Over Video Games podcast. I am your host, Jacob Caldwell, aka Precursor Jake, on YouTube and Kick. As always, I'm joined by Alonzo. You can also find him on YouTube, Kick, um, and TikTok at Zoe Gaming KYT. Today, we're going to be talking about um, the state of play that just ended, or just this past week. We're also going to be talking about um, the Xbox drama going on lately, and maybe some other stuff. So stick around. We're gonna have a good episode. We're gonna start things off with the state of play, since that was the biggest thing that happened this week. Um, Sony had a big event. I don't think they really announced anything crazy new, but they did give a lot of updates on upcoming games um, coming to PlayStation for this year. Just like a little sneak preview of what's going to be happening this year. They started off the showcase with the game called Stellar Blade. They kind of did like a deep dive overview of the game. Excuse me. And it looks pretty good. It's the worlds in the game look kind of empty to me, but the gameplay does look fun, and I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see till we get more information about it. But I do like the game so far, what they showed off. So we'll just have to keep your eye on that one. I don't know if you saw the Stellar Blade stuff, Alonzo, or
Yeah, I definitely saw it. It looked pretty cool. I mean, the action part of it looked kind of cool. I did see where you can like even like rest a player to like heal up your health and stuff like that too. So it seemed like an overall pretty decent game.
yeah, that one is going to be PlayStation exclusive. So hopefully, um, PlayStation can bag another awesome exclusive for their platform. But yeah, that game is definitely on my radar, mainly because the jiggle physics in that game. I love the
Of
way
course.
I love the way things are animated, and the different
Mm-hmm.
outfits. I think I saw in the trailer she had like a Kill Bill outfit. I was like, okay, I like that. Like the yellow
Yellow
jumpsuit.
and black. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that looks nice. So apparently you'll be able to like change the outfit of the main character and stuff, which is pretty cool as well. So that looks good. And then let me see. We also got a trailer for I guess like a remake for Sonic Generations. And this one is gonna include Shadow as well. So it's like they're updating it but with like Shadow in it somehow. I don't know. The the trailer looked pretty good. The Shadow part surprised me because I know of Sonic Generations, and I know Shadow wasn't in Sonic Generations. So when I saw him, I was like, "What the hell's going on?" But
Yeah, that was definitely different. I'm like, we still making Sonic games, bro? Get out of here, bro. And it's crazy because seeing Shadow in there, like, and knowing that, like, when you playing Sonic, you like, you getting those like rings or whatever, and then that whatever creature that was that he was like fighting or chasing, and it like automatically made me thought of like Lord of the Rings, like
mm-hmm.
immediately. I'm like, okay, I'm not sure how that connects, but okay, let's see how this works. I'm pretty sure I won't be playing Sonic, but sure, there's probably some people out there that will.
Yeah, it looks pretty good for all you Sonic fans out there. You got something to chew on, but um, I'm interested to see what that game, the price point it'll come out at
hmm
because for me personally, if it comes out full price, probably gonna wait on a sale. That's
Yeah,
like
nobody paying no $70 for no Sonic. I'm sorry. Mm-mm.
yeah, that's like a $20 less purchase for me.
Yeah, for sure, $20 or even $10 is okay. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
like just one day when I'm bored and I need something to play.
literally.
We also got some Silent Hill information. They announced a game called Silent Hill, the short message um, that they shadow dropped the day of the state of play, and
Just
yeah,
Silent Hill looked mad scary, bro.
yeah.
It gave me those like uh um what's that thing called? This Saw the movies? Was it called Saw? Is that what it's called? The little scary dude,
The
the
movie. Oh,
mask.
with the bicycle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
that's
I was
Saw.
like, bro, this some scary shit right here, bro. I was like, I don't know.
It kind of remind me like gameplay wise, like when they were showing it off. Kind of remind me of like a Resident Evil game almost.
Yeah.
But they showed off two games. They showed off a little bit of the Silent Hill 2 remake, and then they also showed off Silent Hill the short message, which like I said was like a shadow drop day of it, and it was free, so you didn't even have to buy it to play it. Um, I thought it is a full game, but I don't think the game is very long. But I tried it out a little bit. I didn't play through it entirely. I just installed it real quick and tried it real quick when I had some time. It's kind of creepy. You're kind of running from like a monster that kind of like when it chases you, it kind of like glitches and like
Mhm.
I don't know. It's weird. It's just I don't like when stuff like moves suddenly. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
when it's just like glitching towards you. Like one moment it's in one pose, the next moment it's in a different pose, and it's just like getting closer. Like I don't fuck with that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
I don't do a lot of scary stuff myself, let alone planning a game on purpose to scare me.
right.
Yeah, no, thank you.
I usually like scary games, but it's just the glitching stuff. Like that's what
Hmm.
gets me. It's there's two things that gets to me in a scary game or scary movie or whatever. Is the glitching stuff and dolls. I hate dolls.
Oh, dolls. Oh.
Yeah, I don't do dolls. That's a no no for me. But Silent Hill 2, like I said, we got a little bit more gameplay for that, and it does look pretty creepy. Um, and like I said, it looks more like Resident Evil to me, which is not a bad thing because Resident Evil is a good game and looks like it's gonna be pretty good whenever it decides to come out. Oh, I think they said it was this year, if I remember correctly. But either way, we got that to look forward to. Um, yeah, maybe you should play some scary games on your channel. You'll get some good reactions out of that. Get some good clips.
Oh, I'm gonna react. That's for sure. I'm definitely gonna react. That's for sure.
But they also showed off this game called Judas. For those of you who aren't familiar with the title, it's made by the creator of Bioshock. So the old Bioshock games, he kind of left the studio and started doing his own thing. And this game looks like straight up just Bioshock, and it looks really really good. Like the graphics look really good. It looks crazy and kooky, and it definitely looks weird, just like Bioshock has always been. And the gameplay is like it's basically ripped straight out of Bioshock. So hopefully, hopefully the people who own the IP now. I don't know. I don't think they could take any legal action, but still, it looks really similar, and it looks really good too. I'm definitely excited for that one. I don't know if you saw any gameplay of it.
Yeah, Judas look kind of fire for real. I like the all like motive, like you're being listened to and blah blah blah. Because like in IRL, I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
sure if you don't know already, it's somebody they listening already. So it's like it's kind of got that feel to me. I'm like, okay, you might be onto something here, but it definitely looked pretty sweet for real. I do like it. I think I like the way like the gameplay was kind of where like they would have the little stadium area had like the thumbs down or thumbs up like little fat like 3D character emoji thing. So it looked pretty sweet overall. I did like it. So.
Yeah, they showed like towards the end of the trailer, they showed a little bit of gameplay,
Hmm.
um, just like a brief thing of gameplay, and it looked pretty good. So shaping up pretty nicely. Now I'm not sure. I don't recall them saying whether or not that was going to be X or not Xbox, but a PlayStation exclusive. So I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one. But
Yeah.
um, now, if you listened to our podcast last week, we kind of discussed some rumors of what could have been shown at this state of play. And one of the things that was speculated was that we were going to get a new Metro game, which we did, but it ended up being a VR game, which I mean, I guess we'll see how it pans out, but I don't think anybody was expecting or wanting a VR game for Metro. I think they were just wanting a full mainline game for it. But we have VR games called Metro Awakening VR. All things considered, it does look pretty good for those of you who play VR, but it would have been nice to have an actual controller game for that franchise. Um, I don't think you. I think last week when we discussed it, you're not familiar with the franchise.
Not familiar with it, but based off watching the Metro VR, I mean, it didn't really impress me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe it's better as not VR, but just based on like it being a VR game, it didn't really impress me on like that, honestly.
Well, they also gave us some new gameplay of Dragon's Dogma 2, which is coming out. Should be coming out here soon in March. That game's looking really nice. If you've ever played the first one, you kind of know what to expect. It's like a third-person Skyrim game, but it's a little bit harder. Um, it looks really good. Graphics look great. It basically looks like if you've played the first Dragon's Dogma, it basically looks the same but with better graphics. Um, and the first one was great. It still holds up today, actually. So that was a little brief thing that they gave us, and then we got a very interesting glimpse at a game called Rise of Ronin, and this is a. I think it's. I think it's like a. I think they're trying to make it kind of like a hard game, like a Dark Souls maybe type game, but it's an open world game, and you play as a samurai. Alonzo, I think you were talking about this one earlier. So, what do you think about when you saw this? What did you think about it?
So the my first reaction to seeing this game automatically thought about Assassin's Creed, just because of like the dudes, the characters like in the air flying and like doing all kind, and like it looked it like a samurai version of Assassin's Creed. That's what it looked like to me. Like, but I will say this though, the fighting scene, like when you fighting the characters though, that probably looked more like interesting or like more and I when you fight somebody, because I know in like Assassin's Creed you don't, the fights aren't as intense as this gameplay show, you know what I mean? But like overall I definitely thought about Assassin's Creed immediately, for especially dude was like had this like thing he was like flying on with, because you know when you on Assassin's Creed you got that bird that can like view the sky and like look around, stuff like that, and he had like this thing on his back like he like Avatar with like a stick that he can fly around. So, but I mean, even with it being like that, I think the gameplay itself, like fighting style and like, um, the fighting itself looked more like more fun or interacting. Like you really like got this sword and you about to go go crazy on whoever you fighting against. So it looked pretty dope though. Yeah, but that's definitely what it reminded me of, is Assassin's Creed for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely get the Assassin's Creed vibes. I think it was Assassin's Creed 2 or Assassin's Creed Revelations where you had like a little stick glider, a little
Hmm.
stick thing that folded out into a glider and you flew around the open world with, and that looks pretty similar with what they showed off in this trailer for this game. Um, the like you were saying, the combat definitely does look pretty in depth as far as like um, there's a lot more to it than just like pressing a button and killing somebody. Like you have to have like a certain pose. There's enemies that have certain um, like defenses that you have to break,
Hmm.
and you definitely have to go into each combat situation a little more strategic than just running in and pressing buttons, because it looks
Yeah.
pretty hard.
I,
So
I think it's funny how you like when they were showing like he's like slicing him up and he's like, I got a gun in your hand too. Like, bro, what? oh, we got dual wielding like a pistol and like a sword at the same time. I thought that was kind of fire for real. Because he like whoever was like trying it out at that time, they like hit the dude like 2 or 3 times and then just like pull out a pistol and just shot him in the head. I was like, okay, that looked kind of sweet.
Yeah, I think they have like it's during a certain time in history where they were just crossing over and getting guns and stuff. I believe, and so there are a few like early guns, like a couple little like the pirate pistols that have like one bullet and shit, and like the big
Hmm.
long M1 Grands and stuff like that. So they do have a few guns in the game which are pretty interesting. Probably change up the gameplay flow a little bit more.
Hmm.
Um, the only gripe I have with this game, it looks pretty interesting. Other than the only gripe that I have is it kind of looks like, to me personally, it kind of looks like a PlayStation 2 game. Like the graphics
Oh,
look
the
really bad.
graphics. That's what I was about to say. Another thing too, like the game itself, like gameplay wise, like doing stuff look cool. But I'm like, bro, we in 2024, bro. I should be looking at like my
Yeah,
own vision at this point, bro. Like
yeah,
2020, it should look crispy clear. I'm not sure if this like they're still finalizing like the details of the game like that, but like it should definitely be crisp, my boy. Like it should not be like pixelated at all.
yeah. The graphics on this one look like pure ass. Like I literally thought I was like when the trailer came on, I literally thought it was like a PlayStation 2 game that they were about to announce like a remaster for or something. But
So
it's
so
like,
so since we're talking about graphic, did you see did you see the game they were talking about in there called Dave the Diver?
oh yeah, Dave the Diver. Yeah, that's like a
Bro,
little indie type game that came
I
out.
did see it. I'm just like when I was watching, I was like, is this pixelated for real or is this like a joke? Like why does this look like this?
No, that's like I guess that's like the art style of the game. It's just the
Oh,
way the
okay.
game was made.
Okay.
I
Okay.
have heard a lot of good things about that game though. Apparently, it's pretty fun
Okay.
to play. But yeah, they have like they announced like a Godzilla DLC for the game, and Godzilla
Hmm.
actually looks pretty good. Not gonna lie.
I
Like,
was not expecting Godzilla to pop up out that water. I'm like, okay, Dave the Diver, just Godzilla just comes out of nowhere. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, to each his own. You having fun playing that game. You have fun.
yeah, I mean, I've never played it, but people
Yeah.
say it's good. But that Godzilla model for that game definitely looks pretty sick. I thought it would look pretty good, the the model at least. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, Rise of Ronin, shitty graphics. I guess we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait and see if it's any good. Past that. But then we got some. Let's talk about. Let's leave the best for last. We'll talk about. Um, First of all, we have a PlayStation 5 announcement trailer for the game Until Dawn, which was a really popular game that came out on PlayStation 4. I believe it was one of the first games from that studio, but it's basically like an interactive movie almost. Like you just control the character and walk them around. It's kind of like if you've ever seen like the Walking Dead Tall Tale series games where it's like a comic book and you just make the choices in the game and it plays out however you whatever choices you make. It's like that, but it's a horror game. So it's about these kids who get together, and it's your typical horror thing. They stay the night in a cabin, stuff starts happening, and you have the choice to you have the power to make the choices on what the characters do, what happens in the story, and that shapes your story. So whoever plays it, you know, you and I may get totally different outcomes at the by the end.
Hmm.
So um, that was a pretty popular game when it first came out. It's kind of old at this point. I think the only reason that they're coming out with this game on PlayStation 5 consoles now is because they just want the game to reach as many audience as they can that may have not been able to play it on PlayStation 4 because they're actually, if you guys haven't heard or didn't know this, they're actually making a Until Dawn movie. So that's in the works. Um, so I believe they're probably just bringing it to PlayStation 5 just basically to promote that movie, is what I assume. So I wouldn't pay full price to play it again. You can probably find this game for like $10 at this point for PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5 is backwards compatible. So I just go that route. No point paying all that money. But we also got a little trailer for Foam Stars, which is going to be a free PlayStation Plus game next month. Foam Stars is kind of like Splatoon. For if you've ever seen Splatoon for Nintendo Switch, it's a game with gameplay that works similar to that type of game, and it's really fun actually. I played the beta for it. It's a really fun game, so I'm excited to get that game for free with my PlayStation Plus subscription. And
Foam
then
Storms is actually ain't Foam Storms already actually out, actually, isn't it?
no, it actually comes out tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow,
Yeah,
right?
it'll be out
Okay.
tomorrow. Yep. So I will be on that because I forgot that it came out tomorrow. But I'll be playing that. Um, so the last of the little small announcements we got was a game called V Rising. For all of you people who are familiar with the gaming industry and know this was a popular game that released on PC. It got really good reviews. People loved it. It's basically a vampire survival game. You start off with nothing. You build up your vampire, I don't know, legacy, and I don't know. It. People said it was good. Never tried it, but it's coming to PlayStation 5. So for those of you who were jealous of people on PC who got to play it, it is now coming to PlayStation 5, and you can try it yourself. Um, Last but not least, well, I guess we'll talk about this before we get to that one. So, Kojima Productions. Kojima himself announced that he is working on a espionage spy game, kind of similar to Metal Gear. Now, as you may know, he can't make Metal Gear games anymore because Konami owns the license for Metal Gear, and he left that company. So he's making his own. He's the one who started Metal Gear, like he created it. But they own the license, so he's making his own espionage spy game that's in the works. It's called Fizzant, and all we got was, "Hey, we're working on it." That's all he told us. Yeah. So we didn't see anything. We didn't hear anything. It was just him saying, "Yeah, I'm working on it." So, but there is a game that he is coming out with this year that he is in fact for sure giving us information about, which is Death Stranding 2 on the beach. This was a very long trailer. It gave us a lot of cinematics, and it was very interesting to say the least. This game was the first one was interesting as far as like the cutscenes and stuff, but this game looks like it's gonna be even more strange and interesting. A lot of stuff happened. I think the trailer was like almost 10 minutes long. But Alonzo, you watched it. What do you think about it?
Excuse me. So, I mean, I ain't never played the game before, but based off like watching this trailer here, bro, this game looks super interesting. Just like how like each one like the cinematics and like what it looked like and how deep the storyline go. Like the storyline is what get me for real. Like it looked like a good game, but the storyline itself is like, maybe somebody, died and killed and they try to like figure out what happened and some dude know what happened and you don't know nothing. Like it's just the storyline itself is like super like deep and make you like really like engage into the game and figure out what happened. Um, and I usually don't even go for a game like that, but the storyline itself just kind of got me like dang bro, what happened? You know what I mean? Like, okay,
Right.
let me try this out real quick. And then
What?
like even on the trailer when they had that dude coming out with like the guitar, he like some
Yeah.
like classic old like rock star friend or something. Like what?
what?
So
What in this trailer this long trailer, what stood out to you? Like, what scenes and what parts stood out to you that you were like, that's interesting?
The guitar dude, like his outfit itself, like you can see his intestines like inside whatever little like bodysuit or whatever that was, just looking like, bro, what? So I think that by itself, just like the robots and like with their little like, it's just all of it, like just gameplay wise, just like caught me off
It's so
guard. Like
weird, ain't
it
it?
is so weird, but like I can't stop looking away, bro. Like it just looked interesting.
What about the you was talking about the chick with the gloves around her neck?
Oh yeah, hey, like oh man, them glove. If them gloves is real, I want them. No cap. That's like she was like thinking what she wanted. It was just like or like doing whatever. I'm just like, bruh, like I need them. Let me get some of them real quick. So I think overall, this might be. I mean, I don't have PlayStation, so I don't know if it's exclusive to PlayStation, which
Oh
it
yeah.
sounds like it is. So I probably won't get to play it. Sad face, but I mean, I'll probably go watch some people play. But it looked interesting for real.
I mean,
If it,
you play the first one on PC. Wanted
yeah, I
to,
guess. It was not. It might be fun as much playing. I want to play this one.
right?
I'll skip the first one and just play this.
You're gonna be even more confused. This story
I
already
know,
looks
right?
confusing,
Yeah.
but it definitely just from the little bit of gameplay they shown in between the little cutscenes that they showed off as well. It looks like they learned a lot from the first game because one of the criticisms of the first game was that there wasn't a lot of so this is a huge open world, and one of the criticisms from the first game was weren't a lot of vehicles. A lot of it was on foot travel, so people were complaining about that. And then people were also complaining about how there wasn't a lot of gunplay. There are gunplay sections, but there's not as much that they would have liked. So it looks like in this trailer, they kind of showed off different vehicles and like moments of time when you're actually like shooting stuff. I feel like they did that on purpose to kind of let you know that hey, we heard you guys, and like there's a moment in the trailer where he goes into like an armory full of guns. So I feel like it's just them trying to say like, hey, we heard you guys, and we're gonna be changing those things so that the game's more the moment to moment gameplay is a little more interesting rather than just trying to get from point A to point B just to see a cinematic. So um,
Yeah.
they did in the director's cut version of the game. They did add more vehicles, um, which people said is definitely a better version of the game. But um, other than that, I mean, they look like they're improving upon the first. Um, this game is the first one. The director's cut version is on PC as well. So if you don't have PlayStation, you can play it on PC. And I assume that they're gonna bring this one to PC at some point as well. So um, since they brought the first one over, but yeah, definitely looks interesting. I like the little part with the little puppet. You remember the did you
Oh
see the little puppet on her
yeah.
shoulder?
Yeah.
It was like claymation almost.
Yeah, pretty
It was
much.
weird. It was like completely it was like animated completely different than the rest of the
hmm
game. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was dope. I like how he's about to put the little character on his little back hip, and he was like, "Hey, bro, I want a shotgun." But that was funny.
Yeah, and then they had like you said the dude with the guitar.
Mm, question.
Sorry, I had to sneeze there. But yeah, he had the little guitar, and um, then all of a sudden, like this robot came out of nowhere and started attacking him, and he was like using the guitar as like a weapon, like shooting electricity out of it and stuff. That
That
was
was
pretty cool.
fire. I liked it. That I was like, okay, I guess that guitar got something to it. All right.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck was that all about? It's
Mm-hmm.
crazy because this, like, I have the trailer pulled up right now just to look for reference, and
Mm-hmm.
as I'm sitting here scrolling through the trailer, the views are just like increasing real time.
Mm.
That's crazy. So
Dang, for
people are
real.
so
Wow.
people are still coming back to view this trailer. But yeah, I think that was I think personally, out of everything that was shown, that was like the most interesting thing I
And
seen.
you right. Shit, I just refreshed. It was like, man, I'm like, oh, another 100 views. Oh, okay, you right. Dang.
What do you think about the state of play as a whole? Did,
Um,
did you did you like it? Did you was it okay? Like what do you grade it out of like A to B, C, D?
I give it a solid B. I give it a solid B.
Okay.
Um, I was just kind of, I don't know. I was wanting to see like what because I know they mentioned about bringing something like new to PlayStation, like a new product or something, right? So I was
Yeah,
kind
that
of
was like they were
I
there's
was
a lot of
I
rumors
was I
saying.
was expecting that if they would have showed that, that'd bump it up to an A. But I didn't
Right.
see nothing, so I'm like, yeah, you get a B, bro. What a product at? That's what I want to see.
Yeah, there was a lot of like rumors going around talking about how they had like a new controller with a bigger battery life that they were planning on showing at some point, and people thought it was going to be at this event, but then there was no talk of it, no show of it at all. So that was kind of weird.
It's a new event tomorrow, right? For the state of play, the new
Yeah.
one coming
So tomorrow, which we'll probably talk about next podcast, next Sunday or Monday. Uh, we either do it on Sunday or Monday, but um, tomorrow they're going to be talking about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's a new game that's coming out. I believe it's either at the end of this month or next month that it's coming out. But they're doing a whole like event for that game because they want to like give it its time in the sun. So
in.
they're gonna be talking about it and this whole event that they're doing tomorrow. This is a pretty big game for a lot of people because they love the Final Fantasy franchise and they love the first Final Fantasy set Part One, Final Fantasy Seven Part One. Jesus Christ, that's a long title. But so yeah, this I'm sure this game is gonna be crazy, just like the first one. I played a little bit of it and like it's basically like a remake of the original Final Fantasy Seven. And when I was younger, I actually played Final Fantasy Seven on PlayStation One, and the the like comparison that's from the beginning of the game from the remake to the original, it was just like just so much nostalgia. But I think that's why so many people are excited for the new one. But I guess we'll see what they announce there. Hopefully they'll show off the controller that one. Um, just throw it in as a bonus. But personally, excuse me, I did like this event. I don't think it was a bad event at all. I think I'll probably say like a B minus only because it was a good event as a whole, but I feel like they could have given us something new.
hmm
Because all these things that they showed off, we already knew about. Besides
Yeah.
like the VR game, which no one cares about. So um, I don't know. I was hoping for a little bit more something new for this year, but I guess they're just holding all their cards close for this summer when everybody has all their big announcements. That's usually how it works every year. But yeah, so B minus, you say a B. I guess we'll
hmm
see what their event brings us tomorrow. Um, Speaking of games coming out and stuff like that, we do have some information that's been floating around the internet past couple of days that um, Xbox is planning on going third party. Which of the for those of you who don't know what that means, it means that they're basically going to be like these other game developers. When they come out with games, it's going to come out on all platforms, not just Xbox consoles. So it started. What's today? The 5th. So it started early yesterday. Rumors started going around. People were talking about how um, there's rumors through the grapevine. Like some people deep in the industry were telling journalists in the gaming industry about what was going on. Excuse me, but said Microsoft is said to be planning a launch for Starfield on PlayStation 5 after the release of the already announced Shattered Space expansion for the Xbox and PC version. So That original leak or statement was from Xbox Era, which is a pretty big um, like publishing. Um, I forget what to call them. Whatever they talk a lot about gaming and stuff. So they're pretty big in the gaming industry. So they said that, and then more stuff started coming out. We got some more information that says Microsoft is considering bringing Indiana Jones to PlayStation 5 several months after the Xbox and PC release. It's part of a new Xbox strategy inside Microsoft that's emerging, and there's been an updated list of games Xbox is reportedly considering bringing to PlayStation. We have Indiana Jones, Starfield, Doom Year Zero, which is a Doom game that hasn't come out yet, Hi-Fi Rush, Sea of Thieves, Microsoft Flight Simulator. They're bringing Halo Infinite and Halo Master Chief Collection, Pentiment, Grounded, the entire Gears of War series, and Hellblade 2. Isn't that crazy? Imagine those games
That is
coming.
crazy.
Yeah, imagine those games coming over to Xbox. How would that make you feel?
I mean,
It ain't exclusive no more for you. Is that why you buy an Xbox so you can have those games exclusive to you? Because it ain't gonna be exclusive no more.
I buy Xbox. I like Xbox.
Right.
That ain't right about it. But I mean, at this point, I mean, really, it's buying a specific console for exclusives. I think eventually that should just go away. Like, if a game comes out, it should go to all platforms anyway. Because it's like if we're paying, people are paying these like, big amounts for these consoles and PCs, and why not just release the game on all platforms? For one, you're restricting your own profits. Two, everybody will want to play, and you can play. So why restrict them to only certain games? Now, I get it; they want to control their audience, but why?
I'll tell you why. So so platforms, the people who
Hmm.
make these consoles, they push exclusive games because it sells their consoles. If you don't have exclusive games on your consoles, then why are people wanting to buy your console other than like maybe the features that the console itself has? Like I think exclusive games is what sells consoles the most because if you look at sales number of exclusive games like for instance on
Hmm.
PlayStation like Spider-Man 2 and God of War, like
Hmm.
they the those games themselves they sell so many units of those, and that itself like hey I can't play God of War unless I get a PlayStation 5, so that just sells a console on top of that, so it sells consoles. I mean I feel like the fact that Microsoft is doing this is because the fact that they've been losing the console war for a while now. I think ever since they announced um, the original Xbox One. I think it started going downhill. I don't know if you remember this, but when they first announced the very first Xbox One, it was going to be an always online console, and they said that all the games that you played on it were going to be always online, and you weren't able to like it was going to be basically it was going to be all digital,
Hmm.
and I feel like that's where our gaming industry is headed now. But back then, when the first Xbox One came out, I feel like they were a little too soon with announcing that because they got a lot of backlash on that, and they weren't going to be backwards compatible when the Xbox One first launched. PlayStation was still doing physical discs. PlayStation wasn't going to have an always online mode. And ever since they did that, they kind of shot themselves in the foot, and the Xbox has been on the decline ever since then. And I don't know, man. If you look at the sales numbers the past couple of years, Xbox consoles have always been at the bottom of the list. They just don't sell. Their consoles just don't sell. So that's why they've been making such a big push in like subscriptions and stuff like that with their Xbox Game Pass.
Mhm.
So I feel like for them financially, it just makes sense for them to go third party because they can sell these games that they have exclusive to Xbox to these other platforms and make more money than just selling them
Yeah,
to one platform where no one has consoles. Like no one's buying their consoles, so no one's buying their games. So if they
yeah,
can sell their games on other platforms where people are actually buying the consoles, they're gonna sell more games, and that's just gonna be better for them financially. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I don't believe PlayStation and Nintendo are gonna follow suit. I think they're gonna keep doing what they've always done because what they've always done works for them. Xbox has just been struggling in last place for a while, and this is their last resort. In order for them to start being profitable, they got to start selling their games on other consoles because no one's buying theirs. So, I mean, I'm not trying to be.
Nah, go ahead. Nah, go ahead, bro. That's all right. I know the sales is y'all, they winning for sure, so I can't really say much. I just
Yeah, I'm
say
not
what you
trying
gotta
to
say. What you
be.
gotta say.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be that guy, but I mean, at the end of the day, if you look at the numbers, you can't lie with sales numbers. That's just the way. That's just the way it is. And I think it's smart for them to do that because, like I said, they're just gonna get more people to buy their games, and that's gonna make more money for them. So I don't know. They can keep. I think their biggest like advantage right now is the fact that they have Game Pass. If they're able to if they're able to push Game Pass onto more platforms and more like if, make it more available to more people, I think they could be more successful and start, you know, I don't know, because like I think we discussed I don't know pod like fucking 5 podcasts ago or something. Like they brought Game Pass to the VR to the MetaQuest.
Mm.
And then they I don't know if you know this, but they also have like a dedicated Xbox Game Pass app on Samsung TVs now. So you don't even need it. That's another thing. Like you don't even need a console to play Game Pass anymore. You can just have a controller.
I'm not gonna lie. On a meta headset, that is hard, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
That is so big in your like living room, bro. You just play it. It's kind of sweet for real. I'm not even gonna lie on that one.
Yeah, it's nice. The only bad thing is like you get lost in it and
You do, yeah.
then the other day I was playing it. I was sitting there playing in the headset Xbox. I forget what I was playing. I think I was playing Grand Theft Auto or something, but I was like just sitting there in my chair just playing it and then literally like 2 seconds later I had a full charge headset and like 2 seconds later my headset was like you need to charge it and
Yeah, it takes it dies definitely pretty fast. I will say that it dies pretty fast.
but I mean if all this wasn't solid proof enough for you, Phil Spencer himself, which if you don't know who Phil Spencer is, he's like the head of Xbox. He tweeted um, literally 3 o'clock today. He tweeted, "We're listening and we hear you. We've been planning a business update event for next week where we look forward to sharing more details with you about our vision for the future of Xbox. Stay tuned." So,
It's crazy. And it's crazy to hear that because even looking at the sales, it's not that big of a difference in the U.S. Bro. It's really not because even looking at it right here in front of my face, since PlayStation 5 is sold over 16.10 million units in the U.S. in the last 36 months, where Xbox has sold 11.88 million units. That's not that big of a difference, bro. That's not that big of a difference. So for them to make that major shift like that, I get it, but I don't think it's necessary.
so
It's only a 4% difference, literally.
What are you looking at though? Because you might be looking at maybe an old version or
Mm-mm. It says this was released December first of last year, so last month. It's literally a 4% difference of PlayStation selling more than Xbox. This is just US though, because I don't count the world because PlayStation is like not even it's a if you go with the entire world is by far they're blowing them out of the water. It's not even
you said it's
close.
for the U.S.
I did US only, yeah, because I'm not.
Oh,
I didn't do the. If we do global, I could see global. It's kind of sad to be honest, which is probably what they're looking at worldwide.
what's
It's a
global?
it's
I'm
a
interested.
it's a 3-1 margin. Just know that it's not even close. It's not even close, bro. It literally says 22.5 million units compared to 7.6 million units over the past year, and that's just like overall. So it's a 3-1 margin. So like worldwide, it's they're not Xbox is not even close.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't even want to.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah. But my thing is this, bro. Like there ain't nobody overseas grabbing no Xbox, bro, because it's made at PlayStation. Sony is over there, bro. You can't even like. How can you even? That's why I put US because you can't count over there, bro. Because that's all they want, anyways.
wow.
You can't count that, bro. Like, come on, man.
You got something against Asian people,
I ain't
bro?
got nothing against it, bro. But that's what they like, bro. Like, you can't use that. But at the end of the day, numbers is numbers. It is what it is. But me even saying that doesn't even matter because even in the U.S. they're losing, so it doesn't even matter. It's an
Yeah.
L regardless. So
Sony is like a I believe it's Japanese company, Japanese based
think so.
company.
Yeah.
Um, but I think more people will like Xbox in the U.S. Just because it's a familiar brand and it's an American brand.
Mm-hmm.
But Xbox has struggled with having a good reputation overseas. Like they've tried to make a lot of big pushes in things. Like a lot of like Japanese games, like for instance, like Final Fantasy, are exclusive to PlayStation because it is a Japanese company. Um, but over the past, I think, couple of years or so, Xbox has made like a little push in trying to be more friendly to the overseas market by, I think they have like one of the Final Fantasies is finally coming to Xbox pretty soon, like one of the big MMO game that everybody likes. I think it's Final Fantasy 14 online or whatever. So that's a big thing for them, but I think it's just a little too late to just a little too late for them. It looks like it's unfolding in a way that we're going to be getting these precious Xbox exclusives on PlayStation 5 and I can't wait. I can't wait to see Halo and Gears of War on a box with a little white strip at the top that says PlayStation 5. Can't wait. That's a day one purchase for me.
That is gonna be crazy having Halo on PlayStation though. Ain't gonna lie, that is a little weird.
That's going to be crazy. And like I think it's going to be such a like huge deal, and I think Microsoft knows that because people are going to be like because of how huge of a deal it is, people are going to be buying it. They're going to be buying it like crazy. Because I'm like, oh, we got Xbox games on PlayStation now. So, yeah, I mean, we heard it from the horse's mouth himself. Tomorrow, no, next week, they said they're going to have a business update. Looking forward to sharing more details about their vision of the future of Xbox. So, I think that's kind of writing in the sand for that one. Um,
Yeah.
all these rumors seem to be true with the way he kind of put it there. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens next week. I'm sure we'll talk about it. But So, with that, we will conclude with one more piece of information in the gaming industry today. We got new information about a uh, or about the Apex Legends new season that's coming out. Um, when does this current season end? It should be ending pretty soon, right?
Yeah, it's pretty soon, within probably the next week or so. I think, yeah, probably like by like Valentine's Day, like the 15th or somewhere around there. I believe it is the 13th, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's pretty within the next week or so for sure.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna be getting some new content, some new patches and updates for Apex Legends with the new season that's coming out. And Alonzo is our expert with all that stuff, so he's gonna go ahead and break it down and let us know what's going on. What's coming to Apex, I guess.
So season 20. So first and foremost, season 20 is it's a lot changed, honestly. First and foremost, Evos are changing. There will no longer be shields on the ground. In my opinion, I think I do like that idea. Just simply because I don't have to worry about a guy finding purple in the building to the left and I don't find nothing in the right. It just makes it a fair game.
Where are the shields gonna be then?
It's still no, you still gonna have white, blue, purple, and red. Now, gold is going away, but they did mention certain legends would still be able to get gold. They haven't really said exactly how, but they said it would definitely be a support character. So I'm thinking like maybe Lifeline or
Wait, wait,
uh,
wait, 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 wait. So, so if they're making gold armor exclusive to certain characters, wouldn't that just make want people to play those characters?
maybe only if you like gold armor that much. I mean, gold armor is okay, but I mean, I'd rather have red just because red has you can take more damage.
Oh, okay.
Uh, Gold has its own perks of popping one cell, getting two shield cells on your health. So it has its own perks. Like only reason I even use gold shield if I'm running from the circle. Like if I'm like deep in the circle and I need to get up out of there, gold armor is the way. But I definitely prefer red, so it's not really a big deal, honestly. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, so pretty much Evo shields are no longer on the ground. You won't be no more loot anymore. You pretty much if you want your Evo shield leveled up, you'll have to fight for it. That's just which I like that idea because it's like if you're not fighting, then you get red because you got one kill. Yeah, that's not really like a benefit. Like you didn't even try. You know what I mean? So I get that. Some people probably don't like that. If I just find armor, I find armor. Nah, buddy, it's called battle royale, not loot royale. Get it correct, please. Um, so I do kind of like that idea. So they also with the new armors, they are bringing out perks to each armor depending on what legend you get. So anytime you like level up your armor, it'll be like a perk screen that'll like prompt on your a prompt that'll come on your screen that'll tell you you can kind of pick which perk you want. Um, so the way that'll work is like for example like for Gibby they have one perk where like it says Gibby's baby bubble gives him a smaller tactical but lower its cooldown. Or it's called Gibraltar Big Up, revive squad teammates with an additional 40 hit points healed. They also have killer handling, auto reload shotguns when a player gets knocked. So if I knock somebody with a shotgun or just knock somebody, I'm not sure how that works, if it has to be with a shotgun or not, but it says auto reload shotgun when knock a player. So if like my shotgun need to be reloaded, if I knock somebody, it'll automatically reload my shotgun for me, which is kind of neat. I kind of like that idea because if you're playing Gibby, you're not using a shotgun. What are you doing? That's a whole other conversation. But then also like for like Mad Maggie, she has an upgrade that makes her wrecking ball rain fire down in a V pattern on its second bounce. And this is
So,
a perk.
so I have a question. Are all the legends getting perks, or is it just
Yes,
okay?
yes.
Okay,
Every
that's
legend,
good.
all legends, 100. It's 100 different perks, I believe. They said 100 different perks, and each legend will have its own set of perks for each armor shield that they get.
That seems fair.
Um, then Octane, it says Octane will be able to drop 2 jump pads in a quick succession, which is kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Octane already fast. In fact, he can just drop a jump
Right.
pad and just drop a jump pad. It's like, okay, buddy, he's literally gonna be able to get away. But I mean, if you chasing him, you just hit jump pad to jump pad. You can pretty much catch him too, but not really. Also, something that's coming back to Apex is Last Stand, which means gives the player a self revive. A lot of people hated this way back in the day because you could just, oh, we killed everybody who's still alive, and somebody in a circle just try to self res and whatnot.
Is that like a consumable that you pick up?
No, it came with the gold knockdown shield. So the gold knockdown used to have self res capabilities. So for instance, you got gold knockdown, and both of your teammates are down. You could self res yourself and pick your teammate back up and get back in the fight and win the game.
Is that how they're implementing it the same way this time around as well? Or?
It is going to implement the same way, but it's not going to be used for. I don't think it's going to be used for gold knockdown. It's going to be a perk that you can select that you want or not. Okay. And then it says allied support makes the player's next ultimate ability a supply drop. So like, I don't really know if that really means. I didn't even allied support makes the player's next ultimate ability a supply drop. So that's like any support character you can make. I guess the next ability a supply drop. That's kind of different. I don't know how that's going to work out. So I have to read up on that a little bit more. Let's see. Next, you have actually with the Evo points as well. They'll have like team Evo. So like if you kill a team together, dealing damage, assists, knocks, performing finishers, all that will kind of help you like get Evo points to level up your shield. So like reviving your squad mates, responding to your teammates, interaction within the map like beacons, support bins. And then they have this new thing called Evo Harvesters. So they say Evo Harvesters scattered around the map. In some cases, players can find Evo caches in things such as care packages as well. So this will be like how can I explain? So it's like you can't really like find it unless unless you're like a support character, but like it's supposed to help your Evo in some shape or form. There's no really details here that I'm seeing, but it's supposed to help like maybe I'm guessing it's supposed to help like level up your armor or even like pick a perk for your armor. I'm not really sure about that part. The Evo stuff itself they're changing is really big, so it's a lot of like this may be where they might do this and might do that. It's nothing like really like sit like it's like solid information for real. This is just all like rumors for the most part. As far as the Evo, because nothing's like in place, but there's a lot of changes coming with it, which I like anyway. So however they put it, I'm already liking it. The next one would be go ahead, my bad.
I was gonna say, did they announce like some kind of theme or something for the new season or?
Yeah, they did a new season trailer today, which honestly it wasn't even that good, but it was like made in like 50 seconds, just to, like kind of give you like a new of the season because the new season is called Breakout. Yeah, it's called season 20 Breakout, which the trailer seemed kind of booty cheeks. If I'm being honest,
Booty cheeks.
Yeah, it was just like okay, it was like that's it. Because usually their trailers are like a good 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And this was like 1:50. I'm like, okay, are we going for another money pool here, or you're actually trying to give something to the community? Like, come on, bro.
They're always coming for the money.
Yeah, well, of course. But then also changes to ranked as well. They're going back to rank points, which I'm so happy for. I'll probably actually start playing ranked again. They're going back to rank points instead of ladder points because ladder points is booty. And then also, let's see. Crafting the replicator is completely changing as well. It says here, which this is I don't even know if I like this because sometimes you just need like multiple makits, bro. But like so while they also put that the crafting will not have like a cost to it, but the crafting process will be nearly instant. So like you get it looks like you get it right away, but you have to be careful what you choose because you can only replicate crafting one time at each replicator. So you have to choose between ammo, banners, a shield bat, or med kit. And it's like, how, bro? If I need more than one med kit, if I ain't got no med kits, bro, and I got use one and I use it, then I can't use it again. So that I'm kind of like, tit for tat on that one. Um, and then the next thing would be they bring in, of course, they have the limited time modes, LTMs, and a mixtape of different modes in there that they're bringing. Let's see what else are they bringing. There will definitely be some patch notes. They're nerfing the replicate, not nerfing the replicator. They're nerfing the 3030 repeater. Thank God. They're also nerfing the hemlock, which hemlock is definitely a little OP, but ain't crazy OP. They're all this is something I didn't know either that I found out today. The one-time digital threat optics can no longer be used on SMGs. They will only be equipable with shotguns and pistols. Which I don't know why they're doing that. Maybe people complain about it. I don't see a big deal about it. But there's also be a list of nerfs and buffs on February 13th to your favorite legend, whoever that may be. But it does say here, Crystal will receive a buff to speed at which he enters and exits his drone view. If I'm going to speak honestly, Crypto should have been received the buff a long time ago on his drone where he can just walk around on them. But that's a whole nother spiel I want to say. So, but there's a lot of, like I said, it's a lot of changes. I think them doing this will bring a lot more pull from their original people that play where like you actually have to fight to like level up and do your thing. You know what I mean? You can't just be like looting the whole map. Yeah, we found purple. Let's go kill one team and win and third party them. Right. Nah, if you third party with white armor, you can pretty much get smoked if you ain't put in work. So it definitely some big changes to it. But I'm excited for it. I'll still be playing it as usual. I mean, I stream it as much because I'm kind of been getting in a lot of Call of Duty, but I always have fun playing Apex. So
yeah, you're Call of Duty man now.
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I've been dropping bodies on there, so hey, I've been having fun with that too. I've been getting some dubs too. I used to not get none, now I'm getting some. So progress is progress.
Yeah, I need to get on there a little bit more heavily because you already know.
Yeah, I know you playing with me. You probably like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I'm learning it though.
That's good.
I'm bringing my shooting skills over, but all the lingo and what stuff is called and what's good and what ain't just don't transfer over. Only the shooting skills do. So, but I'll figure it out. But
yeah, you'll get used to it.
With that being said, I believe that is our time for tonight. And join us again next week, which will be either Sunday or Monday next week. We'll have another podcast dropping as well. We'll probably talk about the little Final Fantasy Rebirth little tiny event that they're doing. Plus, if Microsoft has their little announcement this week, we'll see if it's this week or next week. We'll talk about that a little bit more, any more drama. And yeah, we'll meet you guys back here next week. As always, I'm your host, Jacob Caldwell. You can find me on YouTube at PRECURSORJAKE, also on Kick at PRECURSORJAKE, and sometimes I'm on Twitch at PRECURSORJAKE as well. And Alonzo, go ahead and plug your shit.
Yep, you can find me on Twitch at ZoGaming KYT. Kick ZoGaming YT is KYT as well. And then I'm always live on TikTok as well, but right now I have a week ban, a week suspension at the moment. But I'm getting that taken care of. No worry, I'm getting that taken care of. But I'll be live on there as well. Just give me some time. I gotta go through that appeal process, but I'll be live on there sometimes too.
All right. With that being said, we'll see you guys next week and have a good one. Peace out.